Oh no, it's happening again. You're going back and forth and back and forth and back and forth trying to get a meeting scheduled, and you can't figure out what time is going to work out for everybody. Well, stay tuned because we're going to learn how to do this much more effectively using the tools that you already have available to you. Let's face it, we've all been there before. We're trying to get a group together to schedule time to have a meeting, and yet we're spending a bunch of time going back and forth over email trying to figure out what time is going to work for everybody. The meeting hasn't even begun and we're already frustrated. So today we're going to take a look at a tool that is part of your Microsoft 365 subscription within the Outlook application that helps you find time amongst everybody that is part of the group with no hassle. Let's go ahead and take a look. We are going to be using the FindTime poll tool that is available in Microsoft Outlook. Now you can use Microsoft Outlook as the desktop application, or you can use Microsoft Outlook as part of your Microsoft 365 web applications. Either way, this tool is available. I'm using the desktop version of Microsoft Outlook for today's demonstration. So in this example, I am the economic development coordinator for my community, and somebody is reaching out to me, one of the business owners. They want to set up time between me and their accountant to talk through the business grants that we are giving out. So we're starting to go back and forth over email, and I just want to send a poll out to everybody just to see what time is going to work out. So to get started, you just go to the upper left-hand corner and start crafting a new email. Now you're going to want to put the recipients, whoever you want part of this meeting and to respond to the poll, in the to line. So here are the folks that I want to invite to this meeting. You're also going to want to fill out the subject line as well, because that is going to be used as the title for your poll. So let's say Business Development Grant. And then in the ribbon under the Message tab, you have this option to set up a new scheduling poll. So go ahead and click that, and you're going to see a box open up on the right pane, and it's going to connect to your calendar and see what days and times you have available to start selecting options for this poll. So up here you have your time zone, which should be set to your computer. You can set the duration of the meeting, and it's going to find available time blocks on your existing Outlook calendar to see when you're available to meet. You can also put this toggle on to set it just during your typical meeting hours, and then start picking dates and times that you are available. So on this date, I don't have any times available, so I'm going to just keep cycling through my calendar. It's going to show other times that I do not have available, so I don't have any availability on this date. You can also pick the calendar picker if you want to go out a little bit further into the future when you may have this time available to you. So the next time I have a 1 hour time block is 4-2 at 2 o'clock or 2:30 or 3, so I'm going to pick all of those times that I'm available. On 4-3 I have 3 o'clock available, so I'm going to pick that time. And then on 4-4 I have quite a few more options available, so I'll pick a couple options there. Now I have 7 times that everybody that is going to be invited to this meeting can then pick from. So I'm going to click the next button on there. I'm going to review my times. I can put a location on there if you wanted to meet in person in the community, or you can set this up as a virtual meeting. And then you also have some poll options when you click that drop down there. So you can automatically schedule the meeting once everybody has responded to the poll and there's consensus on one of the times that is available. You can have this automatically send. I typically do not use this option just because something may come up and there may be 2 times that are available and I may want to choose between those times. So you'll get alerts when people have completed the poll, and then you can ultimately determine which time you're going to schedule from there. It's just a click of a button. You get to choose the options. So I don't like to automatically send it, but it saves you a step in the future if you want to select that on. Holding times on my calendar, this one is really important to me, so I don't double book myself. So I'll send out these 7 options that I've selected, and it's actually put those holds on my calendar, and as soon as we schedule the meeting out, it takes those holds right off, which saves me a bunch of time. And then I'm going to get notifications anytime a poll is submitted. There's other options where you can lock the poll or make people verify their identity. I typically do not put those on. So you're going to go ahead and click Create Poll, and it's going to run through the poll creation and then put a link to the poll in this email that you are crafting up. So that's all you need to do. You can put in your context around the poll in this email. Please let me know when you are free based on the poll options linked below. All right, and then I'm going to go ahead and send that off, and these folks, the business owner and the accountant, then have the availability to take a look at their schedules and then select any of the times that are going to work for them, and that's going to get sent right back to you. So I'm going to go ahead and click Send here, and then we're going to take a look at this from the other side, so from the recipient side, what they get to do with that poll. Okay, now we're taking a look at the recipient's side of this poll. So they get this message, please let me know when you are free based on the poll options linked below. They get to click the vote button, which then brings them to the options that they have available to them. So I see that Ralph Nickisher is the organizer. The attendees are, again, Ralph Nickisher. I just used my other email address. And this other email is the accountant's email. So I'm going to pick Ralph Nickisher as the one attendee. And then I get to look at my calendar. I have a few options. I can say this is my preferred option, if that is the time that is going to work best for me. Or I can say, hey, these will work, but honestly 3 o'clock is best for me because, I have most time available around then. And then say no if some of these aren't going to work. You can even propose another time in there as well. And then all you got to do as the recipient is click vote, and then your submissions are then sent over to the organizer of the poll. So then we're going to take a look at what the organizer then sees when somebody sends in their submission. So as an organizer, this is what you see when somebody sends their response to your poll in. You get email letting you know which dates and times that they are available. What I typically then do is go to look at all of my polls, because then I'll have a nice summary of everybody's responses that are on one screen. So it's then going to load up any of your active polls here. You can see I have some completed polls, some polls that are expired or canceled. These are just the polls that are open at this stage. So this is the business development grant meeting in which I'm trying to get scheduled out. I see that the other Ralph Nickisher has responded with some yeses. There's one preferred in here and a few no's. If I had all of the responses back, I could then go ahead and click schedule a meeting. So I'm actually going to do that to see what that looks like on the tail end of this. So you can go ahead and schedule the meeting. It's then going to bring up, your meeting options that you typically would see based on that time. You can then change the title of the meeting. You can add a description. At this time, we will discuss grant options. And all you need to do is then go ahead and click send. And it's going to add that to your calendar, as well as anybody else that has been invited to this meeting's calendar as well. So this is a quick and easy way for you to schedule time with a group. It saves you from going back and forth with a bunch of people. You just put it into a poll, people respond to that poll, and then you pick the time that's going to work best for everybody. So I hope you got something out of this, and hopefully this is going to save you a lot of time. So don't forget to subscribe to our channel to learn more about tools like this that are available to you in Microsoft 365 and tools available in technology for local government in general.